Ever felt like you don't truly belong here, as if your time in this world might be coming to an end? Maybe you've been noticing strange signs, dreams that feel too real, unexplainable peace, or even a sudden urge to let go of things that once mattered. If that sounds like you, don't worry, you're not alone. And in this video, we'll explore 7 powerful signs that might be hinting you're ready to move on to a higher purpose. But wait, why do narcissists always seem to win in this chaotic world? Have you ever wondered why these self-absorbed individuals always seem to have the upper hand? It might not be what you think. Today, we'll reveal the hidden truth behind their so-called victories and how it ties into the journey of the chosen ones like you. So, stay with us till the end, because this video could change how you view your life and the people around you. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more mind-opening insights, drop a comment to share your thoughts, and tap the like button if you're ready to dive into this journey with us. Your engagement means the world. It's how we grow this amazing community of truth seekers just like you, ready to uncover the mysteries of your soul and understand why the narcissists seem to thrive. Let's begin this eye-opening journey together. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss this. If sometimes changes in ways we can't fully explain. One day, you might find yourself looking at the things that used to matter, your favorite clothes, gadgets, or even a shiny car, and feeling like they no longer bring you joy. This feeling isn't just about losing interest, it's deeper. It's a sense of detachment, like your heart is no longer tied to these things. You might notice it in your relationships too. Friends you once couldn't go a day without talking to may now seem distant. Even family gatherings which once felt warm and comforting might leave you feeling out of place. It's not that you've stopped caring, it's as if your soul is gently pulling away, focusing on something greater, something beyond this world. In the middle of this journey, you might start asking yourself, why am I feeling like this? Is something wrong with me? But the truth is, nothing is wrong. This sense of detachment could be a sign that you're entering a new phase of your spiritual journey. It's as if your soul knows it's time to prepare for something bigger, something beyond the physical life you've been living. Even the hustle and bustle of everyday life might feel meaningless now. Deadlines, achievements, and the race to be successful might not excite you the way they used to. Instead, you may find yourself craving stillness, time to reflect, connect with nature, or simply be alone with your thoughts. So this change can feel strange or even scary, but it's actually a gift. It's your soul's way of saying that it's ready for a higher purpose. By letting go of the need to hold on to material things or the busyness of life, you make space for peace, wisdom, and a deeper connection to the universe. So if you feel this sudden sense of detachment, embrace it. It's not an ending, but a beginning. Your soul is shifting focus, preparing you for something far more meaningful than you've ever known. Trust this process. It's leading you exactly where you're meant to go. Life can sometimes feel like a storm, with chaos swirling all around. Problems at work, arguments in relationships, or even the weight of global news. Yet amidst all this turmoil, you might notice something surprising, a deep, unexplainable peace inside you. It's not that the chaos has disappeared, it's still there, but somehow it doesn't affect you the way it used to. It's like standing in the eye of a hurricane. Everything is spinning wildly around you, but you're standing still, calm and unshaken. This kind of peace feels different. It's not the result of ignoring problems or pretending everything is fine. Instead, it's as though you've accepted something that others might struggle to understand. In the middle of this journey, you might catch yourself thinking, why am I not as stressed as everyone else? The world could be shouting about deadlines, disasters, or drama, yet you find yourself breathing steadily, almost as if you know deep down that things will work out as they're meant to. This peace doesn't come from outside sources, it comes from within. It feels as if a higher energy or wisdom is guiding you, gently reminding you that life is more than its daily struggles. You might even feel a sense of surrender, not in a way that makes you give up, but in a way that makes you trust the process of life. The people around you might notice this change too. They could ask why you're not panicking or how you're staying so composed. The truth is, it's not something you can easily explain. It feels like your soul has aligned with a deeper truth, one that goes beyond the temporary chaos of the world. This unexplainable calmness is a sign of spiritual growth. It shows that your soul is maturing, stepping into a space of trust and acceptance. Instead of fighting every storm, you've learned to flow with the winds, knowing they'll eventually lead you where you're meant to be. If you feel this peace within you, treasure it. It's a rare and powerful gift, reminding you that even in the midst of life's chaos, your soul can remain steady, calm, and connected to something far greater. Sometimes dreams can feel more real than reality itself. They're not just fleeting images or random stories in your mind. They're vivid, filled with meaning, and leave you waking up with a strange sense of purpose or curiosity. These recurring dreams or visions often carry powerful messages, and if you've been having them, it might be a sign that your soul is preparing for something extraordinary. You may dream of light, bright, warm, and comforting, as if it's calling you somewhere. This light doesn't feel like the harsh brightness of the sun. Instead, it feels soft, yet powerful, as if it's pulling you towards a higher realm of understanding. You might also see yourself on a journey in these dreams. Perhaps you're walking down a long, winding path, flying over mountains or swimming through endless oceans. These journeys can feel symbolic, as though you're being guided to discover something important about your life or even your destiny. Another common theme in these dreams is the appearance of loved ones who have passed away. These aren't ordinary dreams where you vaguely remember their presence. In these visions, they seem alive, vibrant, and deeply present. They may talk to you, comfort you, or simply smile, leaving you with a sense of peace when you wake up. It feels as if they're guiding you, gently nudging you toward your next steps, even if you don't fully understand their messages yet. In the middle of this experience, you might begin to wonder, what do these dreams mean? Why do they feel so real? It's as if your soul is opening a door to the unseen world, allowing you to catch glimpses of something beyond this earthly life. These dreams often feel like whispers from the universe, reminding you of your purpose and reassuring you that you're on the right path. You might notice patterns in these dreams too. Perhaps the same symbols appear repeatedly: a glowing tree, a stairway, or even a specific place. These recurring symbols often carry deep spiritual meaning, urging you to pay attention to the messages hidden within them. While these dreams can be comforting, they can also leave you feeling a bit unsettled. They're so vivid and powerful that they make you question the boundaries between the physical and spiritual worlds. But this is a natural part of the process. It's your soul's way of preparing you for what lies ahead. Dreams like these aren't ordinary, they're transformative. They often come during times of spiritual growth or major life transitions. They remind you that there's more to existence than what we see every day. Through these dreams, you're being guided, loved, and reassured that you're never alone, no matter what's happening in your waking life. If you're experiencing recurring dreams or visions, embrace them. Write them down, reflect on them, and trust that they hold meaning for your journey. They're not just dreams, they're a window into the next chapter of your soul's story, lighting the way forward. There are moments in life when you just know something before it happens. You can't explain how or why, but your gut tells you, and more often than not, it's right. This is intuition, a kind of inner compass that guides you even when the path ahead isn't clear. But sometimes this intuition becomes sharper, almost heightened, as though you're connected to something greater, something beyond the ordinary. You might start noticing small things at first. Perhaps you think of someone and they call you moments later, or you feel an overwhelming urge to avoid a certain situation and later find out it would have caused trouble. These aren't just coincidences, it's your intuition quietly working to guide and protect you. As this awareness deepens, it may feel as if you're tuned into a different frequency. You sense people's emotions before they speak, pick up on hidden truths in conversations, or feel a strong pull towards certain choices without knowing why. It's almost as if you're in sync with a higher plan, something that's steering your life toward the right path. In the middle of this, you might think, am I imagining this? How do I know these things? The answer lies in the connection between your intuition and your soul. This heightened awareness isn't about logic or facts. It's about trust. Trusting that your inner voice knows what's best for you, even when the reasoning isn't clear. You might also notice a stronger connection to nature and the world around you. A breeze, a bird's song, or even the silence of the night might carry messages that resonate with you deeply. It feels as though everything is alive with meaning, as if the universe is speaking to you in subtle ways. This increased intuition often comes during times of spiritual growth or personal transformation. It's as if your soul is more awake, more attuned to the vibrations of life. You may even sense events before they happen, not in a dramatic, movie-like way, but through quiet nudges or feelings that something is about to shift. This sharper awareness can feel empowering, but it can also be overwhelming at times. Trusting your intuition means letting go of the need to always have proof or answers. It's about following that inner voice, even when it doesn't make sense to others. If you're experiencing this heightened sense of intuition, embrace it. It's a gift, a reminder that you're deeply connected to the flow of life. By trusting your intuition and staying open to its guidance, you'll find that it leads you to where you're meant to be, one step at a time. There are moments in life when something deep inside you shifts. It's as if a weight has been lifted, and suddenly you feel an overwhelming urge to make things right. This feeling can come from nowhere, and it may surprise you. You might find yourself thinking about people from your past, friends, family, or even strangers, with a sense of responsibility or regret. The urge to apologize, forgive, or resolve unfinished business starts to grow stronger, almost as if your soul is pushing you to take action. You may begin to realize that certain unresolved issues, grudges, or misunderstandings have been weighing on your heart. These unfinished conversations or unsaid words may have been buried deep within your mind for a long time, but now it feels like they're surfacing, demanding your attention. It's not about reliving old wounds, it's about healing, letting go, and finding peace. In these moments, you might think, why now? Why do I feel this way all of a sudden? The answer could lie in the natural process of spiritual growth. As you evolve and grow, you begin to see things from a new perspective, one where forgiveness and reconciliation are no longer just actions, but necessities for your own peace of mind. The need to apologize or make amends isn't about the other person, it's about you. It's about clearing the emotional clutter that can prevent you from moving forward. You may find yourself reaching out to those you've hurt or who have hurt you, even if years have passed. The apology or forgiveness doesn't have to be grand or dramatic. It can simply be a heartfelt conversation or a quiet moment of understanding. What matters is the intention behind it, to release the negative energy that holds you back. This strong urge to make amends can also bring clarity. Perhaps you start seeing relationships in a new light, understanding that healing doesn't always mean fixing everything or everyone. It means doing what you can to release the burden you've carried. Forgiveness, whether it's offering it to others or yourself, is powerful. It opens the door to peace and emotional freedom. It doesn't mean you forget the hurt, but it allows you to move beyond it. And the need to make amends can be uncomfortable, especially if pride or fear has held you back in the past. But deep down, you'll realize that this is a necessary step in your journey, one that helps you grow emotionally and spiritually. So if you feel this sudden urge to resolve old issues or reach out to someone, trust it. It's your soul's way of helping you let go of the past and move into a future that's filled with healing, understanding, and peace. Have you ever felt like your body is lighter than usual, as if the weight of the world has been lifted off your shoulders? Or perhaps you've experienced sudden surges of energy that seem to come from nowhere, almost like your body is buzzing with an inner force. These sensations might feel strange, but they're not as random as they seem. They could be signs of a spiritual transition, where your physical and spiritual selves are aligning in ways you may not fully understand yet. Sometimes, when you go through deep personal or spiritual changes, your body reacts to this transformation in unusual ways. You might start feeling lighter, as if the heaviness of your daily stresses, worries, and burdens have somehow dissolved. It's like a weight has been lifted off your chest, and you can move through life with more ease and less resistance. This newfound lightness may not just be emotional, it's physical too. You might feel like you're walking on air, as if your body is effortlessly moving through space, almost weightless. On the flip side, you might experience sudden surges of energy, like an electric pulse or a rush of warmth that seems to cleanse you from within. These energy surges can feel powerful, like a wave that washes over you, revitalizing every cell in your body. At times, this energy may feel chaotic or intense, but it's often part of the process of spiritual awakening or healing. It's as if your body is releasing old, stagnant energy, making room for new growth, insight, and transformation. You may also notice a change in how you feel physically. Perhaps your senses become heightened, and you start noticing small details in your environment that you never paid attention to before. Your body might crave healthier food or new activities that support your spiritual growth. There's a shift in the way you interact with your surroundings, a feeling that your body is no longer just a physical vessel, but an instrument of higher awareness. These shifts can be disorienting, especially if they happen suddenly. You might wonder, what's happening to me? Why do I feel this way? The truth is, energy shifts in your body are a natural part of spiritual growth. As your soul evolves, your body is adjusting to new frequencies, opening up to higher levels of awareness. This is the energy that flows through you when you're in alignment with your true self, or when you're moving through a deep personal transformation. If you're experiencing these shifts, know that they're not something to be afraid of. They're signs that your spiritual journey is unfolding, and your body is simply catching up with your soul's growth. Allow yourself to trust the process, knowing that these sensations are guiding you toward a deeper connection with yourself and the universe around you. Embrace these energy shifts as a sign that you're exactly where you need to be on your spiritual path. Have you ever felt like the world around you is suddenly more intense? The sounds, smells, and even the emotions of those around you might seem amplified, almost like you're hearing and feeling things on a deeper level than usual. This heightened sensitivity isn't just random, it could be a sign that you're becoming more attuned to the vibrations of the world around you, tuning in to things that were once unnoticed. One of the first things you might notice is how sounds seem louder or sharper than before. A song on the radio, the rustling of leaves, or even the hum of a busy street might suddenly stand out to you in a way it didn't before. It's as if you're hearing the world in a whole new way, with every noise feeling more vivid, more alive. You might even find that you're drawn to certain sounds, like the soothing rhythm of rain or the calm quiet of nature, because they bring you a sense of peace or grounding. Smells, too, can become much stronger and more noticeable. The scent of flowers, food, or even the earth after it rains might seem richer, more intense, and more significant. You may also become more sensitive to scents that once went unnoticed, perhaps the fragrance of a perfume or the smell of smoke in the air. This heightened awareness of smells is a reminder that your senses are more finely tuned, allowing you to experience the world in ways that were previously hidden. Along with this sensitivity to physical sensations, you might also become more aware of the emotions of others. You can sense when someone is upset, even if they're not saying a word. You might pick up on subtle changes in their energy or body language, as if you can feel their emotions radiating out. This can be both a gift and a challenge. While it allows you to connect deeply with those around you, it can also make you more vulnerable to their feelings, especially in emotionally charged environments. It's almost as if you're plugged into the world's frequency, feeling everything more intensely than before. You might start noticing things you never noticed, details in nature, a person's energy, or the emotions behind a conversation. This sensitivity isn't just about being more aware of what's around you, it's about being more in tune with the vibrations that everything, people, nature, and even objects emit. While this can be overwhelming at times, it's also a sign that you're more open, more connected to the world around you. Your heightened sensitivity is a reflection of your growing awareness, a sign that you're shifting into a higher state of consciousness. Embrace this newfound sensitivity, as it can deepen your understanding of others and your connection to the universe. The more you learn to navigate it, the more you'll discover about your own capacity for empathy, awareness, and presence. Narcissists are often skilled at manipulating the emotions of others. They know exactly how to play with people's feelings and control situations so that everything works in their favor. It can be subtle at first, almost like they're just being charming or persuasive. But over time, you may begin to notice a pattern. They seem to always come out on top, no matter what happens. It's as if they have this hidden ability to twist things around to make themselves look like the winner, even when they haven't truly achieved anything. One of the key things narcissists do is appeal to your emotions. They know exactly what to say to make you feel special, loved, or needed. At the same time, they also know how to push your buttons to make you feel guilty, confused, or even responsible for their feelings. They can change the mood of a situation just by the way they speak or act, making you feel as if everything is your fault or that you owe them something. This constant emotional manipulation can make you question your own thoughts and feelings, leaving you unsure of yourself. But the manipulation doesn't stop with emotions. Narcissists are also experts at controlling situations. They can twist events and conversations so that they always look like the victim or the hero. They have an uncanny ability to shift blame onto others, make themselves seem more important than they are, or even steal credit for things they didn't do. It can be infuriating because no matter how hard you try to explain what really happened, they'll always find a way to make you feel wrong and them right. In the end, narcissists often appear victorious, even when they're not. Their manipulation is so effective that they can fool not just you, but everyone around them. They thrive in environments where they can create confusion and keep others off balance. This allows them to maintain control, get what they want, and avoid taking responsibility for their actions. What makes them particularly dangerous is that they don't just manipulate for personal gain. They do it to feed their egos, to feel powerful and important. They may not care about the consequences for others as long as they come out on top. And the more they manipulate, the better they get at it, using their skills to stay ahead, no matter who they hurt along the way. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're constantly questioning your own feelings or reality, it might be a sign that you're dealing with a narcissist. Understanding their tactics and learning how to recognize manipulation can help you protect yourself and regain control over your emotions and your life. Narcissists thrive on attention and validation. They need constant praise, admiration, and approval to feel good about themselves. It's as if their self-worth depends entirely on how others perceive them. They'll go to great lengths to create situations where they're the center of attention, even if it means manipulating others or causing chaos. For a narcissist, validation isn't just a nice thing to have, it's a necessity. One of the most noticeable traits of a narcissist is how much they crave attention. They'll often make sure they're in the spotlight, whether it's by telling exaggerated stories about their accomplishments, seeking compliments, or dominating conversations. If they feel ignored or underappreciated, they can become upset, even angry, because their sense of self is fragile and reliant on external validation. This need for attention is so powerful that it can drive them to behave in ways that are extreme or unhealthy just to make sure they're always admired or praised. The need for validation also goes beyond seeking compliments. Narcissists often look for approval from others to confirm that they are special, talented, or superior. They may surround themselves with people who constantly praise them or feed their ego, while pushing away those who don't give them the attention they feel they deserve. In some cases, they may even manipulate people into giving them validation by playing on their emotions or creating situations where they look like they're in need of help, only to have others shower them with sympathy and admiration. The need for validation isn't just about receiving positive feedback, it's about controlling how others see them. Narcissists will go to great lengths to ensure they appear perfect or flawless, whether through their appearance, their achievements, or their social status. They might exaggerate their successes, downplay their mistakes, or put others down to elevate themselves. In this way, they feed off the validation they get from others to build their own sense of importance and self-worth. However, this constant need for attention can have a negative impact on relationships. People around narcissists may start to feel used or drained because the narcissist's need for validation never ends. They may demand constant praise and admiration, leaving little room for others to be heard or appreciated. Over time, those who are close to them can feel like they're in a one-sided relationship where their own needs and feelings are ignored. In the end, narcissists rely on validation to feel powerful and worthy. Without it, their fragile self-esteem can crumble, which is why they go to such great lengths to get it. Recognizing this pattern is crucial if you're dealing with a narcissist, as it can help you set healthy boundaries and avoid being manipulated into feeding their endless need for approval. Narcissists often seem like they have it all together: successful careers, loving relationships, and everything they could possibly want. But behind their facade of victory, there's usually emptiness. The wins they boast about aren't real achievements. They're often built on lies, manipulation, and harm done to others. The victories they present to the world are hollow because they're not based on true merit or integrity. A narcissist's success often comes at a high cost to others. They may climb the social ladder by stepping on people, spreading rumors, or even sabotaging others to get ahead. They may take credit for someone else's work, twist situations to make themselves look better, or manipulate others into doing things for them. These victories, while they might appear impressive from the outside, are often gained through deceit and exploitation. What they don't realize or don't care about is that these wins are shallow because they're not earned through honesty or hard work. They're simply a result of using others to get what they want. Even when they do succeed, narcissists rarely feel fulfilled. That's because the success they achieve doesn't actually make them happy in the long run. It's always about proving something to others, about feeding their fragile ego, rather than about achieving something meaningful. When they finally get what they want, whether it's recognition, power, or material wealth, they're often left feeling just as empty as they were before. The joy they get from winning is temporary because their self-worth is built on external validation rather than genuine accomplishments. In addition, narcissists don't truly care about the people they've harmed along the way. To them, others are just tools to help them get what they want. They'll lie, manipulate, and destroy relationships without hesitation if it helps them achieve their goals. But once they reach the top, they find that their relationships are shallow, and their friends are simply people who are there to feed their ego. These hollow wins are often lonely because the narcissist has burned bridges or pushed people away in the process. Ultimately, a narcissist's so-called victories are empty because they're not built on sincerity, kindness, or real success. They rely on manipulation and harm, which means that even if they appear to be winning, they're actually losing. They may have the outward signs of success, but deep down they know that their accomplishments are hollow, and they'll never bring true fulfillment. Narcissists are masters at controlling the narrative, and one of their favorite tactics is playing the victim card. When confronted or challenged about their behavior, they quickly shift the focus away from their actions and onto themselves, presenting themselves as the helpless victim in the situation. By doing this, they gain sympathy from others while avoiding any responsibility for their actions. This tactic works like a charm, especially because narcissists know how to manipulate emotions. When they play the victim, they can make you feel guilty for challenging them or questioning their behavior. They might exaggerate their struggles or make themselves appear powerless, even when they are the ones causing harm. By doing so, they distract from the real issue at hand, which is their own poor behavior, and instead make you or others feel sorry for them. For example, if a narcissist is called out for being rude or dishonest, they'll quickly turn the situation around, claiming that they're just misunderstood or that they've been wronged in some way. They might say things like, "I'm always the one who gets blamed for everything," or "No one understands how hard I've had it." This allows them to sidestep any accountability for their actions and redirect the focus to their supposed suffering. One of the reasons this tactic is so effective is that narcissists are skilled at making others feel responsible for their feelings. They'll use phrases like, "You don't care about me," or "I've always been there for you," to guilt-trip people into feeling bad for confronting them. They may also try to make you feel as though you're the one at fault, using emotional manipulation to make you doubt your own perspective. This can leave you feeling confused, guilty, or unsure of yourself, which is exactly what they want. The danger of the victim card is that it allows narcissists to avoid accountability. Instead of acknowledging their mistakes or working to change their harmful behavior, they'll focus on portraying themselves as the one who's been wronged. This makes it difficult to have an honest, productive conversation about the real issues because the narcissist has already shifted the focus onto themselves and their supposed suffering. Ultimately, by playing the victim, narcissists get to keep the upper hand in any situation. They avoid facing the consequences of their actions and continue to manipulate the emotions of those around them. Recognizing this pattern is key to not falling for their tactics. Once you see how they use the victim card to deflect responsibility, you can begin to protect yourself from being caught in their emotional web. Narcissists have a unique ability to project an unwavering confidence, even when they're completely wrong. Their self-assurance is often so strong that it becomes intimidating to those around them. This unshakable confidence is a powerful tool they use to convince others to believe in them, regardless of the truth. It can make it difficult for people to challenge their ideas because the narcissist's confidence often masks any flaws in their logic or actions. What makes this confidence so dangerous is how convincing it can be. When a narcissist speaks or acts, they do so with such certainty that others often feel compelled to listen and agree. They rarely second-guess themselves or admit mistakes. This ability to project confidence, even in the face of errors or failure, can create an illusion of authority and expertise. People around them may begin to believe that the narcissist must be right simply because they appear so confident in their position. This behavior often leads to situations where the narcissist's confidence overrides the facts. Even when they're wrong, they will argue relentlessly, twisting the situation or using their charm to steer the conversation in their favor. They might raise their voice, make bold statements, or use dismissive body language to shut down any opposition. Their confidence can be so overpowering that others may back down, afraid to challenge them or risk being made to feel inadequate. The intimidation factor of a narcissist's confidence also makes it harder for people to stand up to them. Those who might disagree or see the flaws in the narcissist's thinking might feel pressured to stay silent, worried that challenging the narcissist will lead to conflict or confrontation. This allows the narcissist to maintain control over situations, manipulate others, and appear right even when they aren't. But underneath this facade of confidence, there's often a deep fear of being exposed as imperfect or flawed. Narcissists rely on this unshakable confidence as a defense mechanism to protect their fragile self-esteem. They know that if they show any weakness or admit to being wrong, their carefully crafted image of perfection will crumble. So they continue to project this confidence, no matter the cost, to maintain their sense of superiority. In the end, the narcissist's confidence is a tool for manipulation. It helps them get what they want, whether that's validation, control, or admiration. It can also make others doubt their own perceptions, leading to confusion and self-doubt. Recognizing this pattern is crucial for understanding how narcissists operate, and it's important to remember that confidence doesn't always equal truth. When dealing with a narcissist, questioning their claims and standing your ground can help you break free from their manipulation. Narcissists have a knack for recognizing and exploiting empaths, people who are kind-hearted, compassionate, and naturally inclined to help others. Empaths are deeply attuned to the emotions of others, often feeling what others feel and wanting to make things better. Because of this, narcissists take advantage of their caring nature, using their empathy to manipulate them for their own gain. One of the key reasons narcissists target empaths is that empaths are more likely to give others the benefit of the doubt, even when they're being mistreated. They tend to believe in the goodness of people and often overlook red flags, wanting to see the best in others. Narcissists know this and will play on the empath's desire to help, making them feel responsible for fixing the narcissist's problems or making them happy. Narcissists often create situations where they appear to be in need, whether it's by playing the victim or exaggerating their struggles. They know that empaths will want to step in and offer their support, believing that they can make a positive difference. The narcissist might exaggerate their problems, act like they need saving, or even create emotional chaos to pull the empath into their web. Once the empath is emotionally invested, the narcissist can manipulate them into doing what they want, whether that's providing constant emotional support, offering material resources, or even sacrificing their own needs to meet the narcissist's demands. This dynamic can be especially harmful because empaths often put others' needs ahead of their own. They may neglect their own well-being in favor of trying to make the narcissist happy. All the while, the narcissist is using them to further their own agenda. The more the empath gives, the more the narcissist takes, without ever truly appreciating or reciprocating the effort. The narcissist doesn't care about the empath's feeling or well-being, they only care about what they can get out of the relationship. Another way narcissists exploit empaths is by using their deep sensitivity to emotions to manipulate them emotionally. Narcissists are skilled at reading people's emotions and can use this to their advantage, playing on the empath's compassion to make them feel guilty, responsible, or indebted. They might say things like, "You're the only one who understands me," or "I don't know what I'd do without you," making the empath feel special and needed. This emotional manipulation is how they get the empath to keep giving, even when they're being drained and taken advantage of. Narcissists are highly focused on immediate success and short-term wins, often prioritizing quick gratification over long-term goals or consequences. This mindset makes it seem like they are always ahead in life, even if their victories are fleeting or shallow. For them, it's about winning now rather than considering the bigger picture or the impact of their actions in the future. One of the ways narcissists operate is by seeking out opportunities that provide fast results. Whether it's gaining attention, winning arguments, or getting material rewards, they prefer instant success that feeds their ego and boosts their sense of superiority. They are less concerned with how these wins might affect others or the long-term damage they could cause. As long as they achieve their goal in the moment, they don't worry about the consequences that might unfold later. For example, a narcissist might take credit for a team project or a work accomplishment, even though their contribution was minimal. They want the recognition right now without considering how their actions might hurt the team dynamic or affect future opportunities. They thrive on the immediate praise and admiration they receive, and that's enough to fuel their sense of power and importance. The idea of building something sustainable over time doesn't interest them because it doesn't give them the same instant gratification. This obsession with short-term wins can also extend to relationships. Narcissists often act in ways that give them immediate control or validation, such as manipulating others into giving them attention or loyalty. They might charm someone with compliments or make promises they don't intend to keep, just to win affection or gain an advantage. However, once the attention fades or their manipulations are uncovered, they quickly move on to their next conquest, leaving behind broken relationships and unfulfilled promises. While they may appear to be ahead in life because of their focus on short-term successes, these victories are often hollow. Narcissists often neglect long-term stability, personal growth, and deeper connections, all of which are necessary for true, lasting success. Their reliance on quick wins leaves them with a cycle of temporary highs followed by inevitable crashes, but they rarely reflect on these failures or learn from them. In the end, narcissists' focus on short-term wins creates a false sense of achievement. It makes it look like they're always ahead, but in reality, their actions are shallow and unsustainable. They may be able to get ahead for a while, but their disregard for long-term consequences means that they often end up falling behind when the effects of their actions catch up with them. Over time, this exploitation can leave empaths feeling exhausted, used, and even confused. They might start questioning their own feelings and whether they've been too kind or too trusting. Narcissists rarely give back in equal measure, and their lack of empathy and emotional reciprocity can leave the empath feeling empty and emotionally drained. Recognizing this pattern is essential for breaking free from the narcissist's manipulation. Empaths need to learn to set boundaries, put themselves first, and stop allowing others to take advantage of their kindness. By doing so, they can protect their emotional well-being and avoid being exploited by those who only want to use them for their own benefit.